Welcome to another edition of the UMO Coaches Show. I'm Ryan Smith, joined today with head women's soccer coach Reid Clewis, and Coach came out with a win this past weekend. Let's kind of dive into that a little bit. You got a couple of goals from some starters or some non-starters, some girls coming off the bench. What did that do for you just mentally going, hey, we've got to pull some people off the bench, just, doing your normal substitution, but both Kendall Blaine and Lauren Mumford coming in and getting 2 goals apiece to kind of help with that victory. What did that mean for you coming off the bench?
Obviously those two scoring 2 goals apiece is fantastic for them. They both have been working extremely hard, and, they very easily could be starters for us. We've just kind of split the time between them and the 2 other players that start in those positions, but I think a lot of credit goes to not just them for being composed in front of goal, but also the players that put them in those positions. That's something that we've really tried to hammer home in training, is just the pass to set up the goal is even more important than the finish necessarily. So, that's something that was fantastic to see that we've started to connect a lot better the last couple of matches with.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that. You guys seem to be clicking a little bit more. The things are finally starting to roll into place. You spend all those weeks in practice and trying to get things to work, and if they don't work, switching them up, and it seems like they're finally starting to kind of not necessarily listen to you more, but just kind of a more consistent basis of how you're seeing them perform on the field. So in that match, when you're facing a team like King that's in the bottom half of the conference, what was your message to the team before the game to kind of get them to click on and to really be focused on, this is a game we have to win?
When we talked about, everybody knew it was a big match for us. It was a match that we needed 3 points from, but we really didn't hammer home that it was a must-win or anything like that, because we just felt like, everybody knows it. We don't need to spend time talking about it. It's there, but it doesn't need to be the elephant in the room that everybody's so worried about the result that they forget about the pieces to make the result happen. So, that was more the direction that we tried to take, was if we take care of what we need to take care of, then the result will come.
And now you guys kind of transitioning from being at home to hitting the road and obviously playing Limestone coming up this week. What is kind of the game plan to try to attack the Saints, who have been very good this season?
They're obviously top of the conference right now. They're very, very good. It's a lot of the same players that we saw last year. So, we were able to frustrate them at times last year. I mean, they beat us 2-0, but it was a pretty good game, I felt like. So, we'll try to hit them on the counter and see if we can continue to frustrate them.
So, and you just talk about that, when you play a team and that has a lot of the same returners that come back, does that make it easier when you're trying to come up with the scouting report of, okay, now we have new players on our side. Yes, they have some new ones as well, but we already know what worked for us, and trying to get the new players that are playing the Saints first time this year to kind of buy into that. How do you switch that?
Well, I mean, with some of the players that they have, they're very, very good. So we can know about them all day, but stopping them is a very different animal.
Right.
So, it's going to be a bit of both. So, I mean, the returning players are obviously going to be in the new players' ears about, these are some of the players that have been dangerous in the past for them. So, they'll get it from both sides, from both returning players and from the coaching staff.
And you guys, again, you're hitting the road this week and probably going to 2 of the furthest away opponents between Limestone and Emmanuel, and you go from South Carolina back here home, and then you go back down to Georgia. What's it like to have that kind of travel from one place to the next, and then have to go face the Lions on Saturday?
It's exhausting. But the good thing is we're on fall break, so at least the girls will be able to hopefully get some rest coming back late on Wednesday evening, Thursday morning. So at least they don't have to get up for their 8 a.m. classes, so we can get some rest in, get some video in, and prepare for Emmanuel on the weekend. What
have you seen from Emmanuel? Obviously, both teams have played a lot of matches so far, so you guys the scouting reports are becoming a little bit more in depth. What have you seen from Emmanuel this season?
They've picked up some results. I haven't really looked into their tactics much yet. Just trying to focus on Limestone for Wednesday, but we'll start to look at some of that stuff probably tomorrow and going into Thursday.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck this week, and 2 road matches, so it's definitely going to be a test of mental strength and physical strength. So wish you the best of luck this week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
For head coach Reid Clewis, I'm Ryan Smith. This has been another edition of the UMO Coaches Show.
Exceptional degrees at an exceptional value. That's transforming education. The University of Mount Olive, transforming education, transforming lives. Learn more at umo.edu. That's umo.edu.